Creative Tech Podcast. Hi, I'm Kaori Ray, product designer and author. Our mission is to help people in their career and lives by sharing their creative and technology stories. Hello, Antti.
Hi.
Thank you so much for attending our podcast today.
Yeah, thanks. Happy to do this.
Yay. So, Antti, please imagine there are our audience here.
Mhm.
So, could you please tell us about your name and what do you do in Tokyo?
So, yeah, my name is Antti. I'm originally from Finland. I've been in Japan close to 10 years now, and I'm a startup community organizer. I organize a conference called Takeoff Tokyo. What is it? We're building the next world-conquering companies from Tokyo. And we do a large conference once a year and some smaller activities throughout the year. So that's me.
Amazing. Okay, so thanks to Takeoff Tokyo, it was already 3 weeks ago. I could volunteer to this amazing event. I really enjoyed it. Before conference, meetup, preparation. So tell us about the reason why you started to take off Tokyo.
Okay. So very happy to hear that you enjoyed the experience.
Yeah.
It was our second time. What we are doing with Takeoff Tokyo is we're building an ambition festival. So everybody in our team or in our volunteer team enjoys. I think that everyone has two things that they enjoy. They have some sort of strong connection with Tokyo and Japan, and also everybody enjoys high ambition projects. So essentially what I want to do with the Takeoff Tokyo platform is build a place where the next Toyota, Sony and Nintendo can be started. And it takes this mindset that you're making something for the whole world, not only Japan. And but the world includes Japan.
Or is it?
So
Yeah.
my motivation to build this is I just want to see more world-class companies born from here. So that's why I'm doing it.
Amazing goal. So you said 10 years ago you moved to Japan. So so curious. Actually, you are my first Finland person in my life. Why did you choose move to Japan?
So I was an exchange student here. I learned some of the language, and after going back to Finland, I graduated, and then after graduation, one of my first jobs after graduation, I worked for this game company from Finland. Yeah. And we were making this game called Angry Birds, and it was getting a lot of downloads, and then the game needed some help here in Japan. There was lots of partners who wanted to work with it. So then inside the company, people said that, hey, why don't you move to Tokyo? You speak some of the language. And so I did. And I got to know what it is to build a career, and what the startup scene is like here in Japan.
Wow, you are so brave. Interesting. So in the company, you said Angry Bird.
Yeah.
What role you work? Are you an engineer or?
I was working on business development, marketing, and partnerships. So I started a small team of 5 people here in Tokyo. We had an office. I was leading that, and yeah, I was doing mostly sales and marketing.
At the time, did you hire local people in the Tokyo office? Really?
Yeah, we hired pretty much everyone was Japanese.
Japanese.
Yeah, we had one Chinese guy, but everyone else was Japanese, and then myself. Yeah.
Amazing. Of course, they could speak English.
Yeah.
I see. So you must learn about like a culture difference between West and Japan, right?
Yeah. It's there's many differences, but also similarities.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Could you please share about it? Similarities.
It of course depends on like which country you compare to. For example, comparing Japan to, for example, Spain or India or Finland, where I'm from, is totally different. But if I compare between Finland and Japan, I think both in Japan and Finland there's a sense of responsibility. So that's same. So people usually try to, if they say something, they try to usually do it, what they say. So that's very similar. I feel like I didn't actually have to change so much in my head. Like if a Finnish person says that they're gonna do it, and a Japanese person say that they're gonna do it, I can usually like kind of trust that it happens. There's some differences as well. One thing I learned was that, for example, the international mindset of the tech industry was a little bit different. Finland is a very small country, so there is no big home market. So that's why a lot of tech companies are quite international from the start. And when I came to Japan, I noticed that mobile internet, was very new, and there was like so much business you could build already in Japan. So it wasn't a priority for many companies to build international businesses.
I see.
But yeah, I saw in Finland that if you build an international business, you can still be very successful in your home market as well. So I got very interested in building this kind of culture in Japan.
I see. Thank you. Interesting. Okay, the first company in Japan was Finnish gaming company, Angry Bird.
Yeah.
And then next, did you already start your own business in here?
So I was, for half a year, I was also, during Angry Birds, I brought something foreign to Japan. And then after that, I was actually half a year in a Japanese startup as the only foreigner. So I saw the kind of what a Japanese company does when it is going international. And after those projects, I started this, I got very interested in community building. I noticed that there's so many foreigners who not only in private but in business, they want to build all these businesses here, but they don't have a place to build a business here. There's maybe language and culture differences that lead to that. And then I also noticed that there's a lot of Japanese companies who want to build something international, but they don't actually know how to, or they don't know who to ask for help. So I wanted to make a place where people could, it would be easier for foreign companies to enter Japanese market, and also Japanese companies to kind of take over the world. So, and I realized that it needs to be a physical, I felt that it should be a physical place, because it's a lot easier to, it requires a new way of doing things, and it's easier to start new things in person, I feel. So So yeah, I got interested in building that kind of
Yeah.
communities.
I really agree on this your point because in COVID time, pandemic time, especially in Tokyo, longer than America, right? Maybe 2 years or 2 years half, kind of a lockdown or have to like wearing mask everywhere, right? So people miss in-person event. That's why I really love it. This situation finally. And so this like a community, in-person community idea, did you come up with this idea before pandemic or after pandemic?
So before pandemic, I was actually, I visited in Europe this startup event called Slush in Finland. And it was a startup conference organized by a lot of university students over there. And I noticed that they were very international. It was organized by students, and I was very impressed with what they were doing. And then after going back to Japan, I told them that can I organize a side event here in Tokyo? So I organized a side event for the Slush conference here in Tokyo. And it actually ended up being several thousand people before Corona. 2018 or 19, we had 6,000 people.
What?
Yeah, and it was huge. And it ended during Corona. And then during Corona and after Corona, there's a lot of people who came to talk to me that, hey, Antti, Corona is over now. Why don't you do something? And so I was thinking, like, what if we do something? What should we do now? I had a lot of experience from organizing that side event, but then we thought, like, what if we start something on our own, something like independent? And we noticed that when we organized the Slush side event in Tokyo, it became kind of like a platform where there was a lot of foreign companies that when they wanted to visit Japan, that they used that to come here. I started feeling that it would be really nice to build this platform that also gives opportunity for Japanese companies to go international. So that was the new element that we wanted to add, and that's how we started Takeoff Tokyo 1 year ago here.
I see, amazing. So Takeoff Tokyo is your baby, new baby.
I mean, like there's like I've put a lot of time in it. Of course, like you volunteered there. There's like over 100 people were building it this year, also last year. So it's a huge team effort. But yeah, I've been spending a lot of time in it for it on the project for the last year.
Interesting. So could you please tell me about the why did you name it Takeoff Tokyo?
So it's we were thinking like, okay, what would be needed now when we were thinking of what to do after Corona, and we realized that there's actually recently so many new investors into startups. There's so many local governments in Japan who support startups. When I came to Japan, there was no support for startups and there was not so much investment. And but we noticed that there's lots of investment, there's lots of support, and everyone wants to build the next international hit. But still, I know we felt that the ecosystem was still a little bit domestic, and the kind of attitude of building companies was, I feel, not the aggressive enough, and so it felt like the ecosystem is an airport that only has domestic terminal.
I see airport. People are gathering in the airport, and then people are coming and going out. It's amazing idea. I love that.
Okay. Yeah, so me personally, okay, me and Ayame, she is my helping to our meetup and podcast. So we talked about the great 3 key takeaway from Takeoff Tokyo experience. Can I share about it?
Sure.
So first of all, we really enjoyed to listen open talk session, and then many CEO, founders, and VC people, they said, if you have idea, just do it now. This is everyone said that.
Yeah.
Wow, okay. And we took memo.
Yeah.
Second is, so as a founder or entrepreneur, it's kind of lonely, and then it's difficult to keep motivation. So that community is so important. So Tokyo and New York, it's easy to go to party or meet up because of the transportation compared to San Francisco. That's why the community is so important to share their pain point or story. Okay, community. Takeoff Tokyo also a community. It's important. And third is, of course, learning resource. There are a lot. We have better to knock and then go to there. This is so important. I think these 3 key takeaway we took note. Yeah.
Yeah. I like that.
Yes.
I like how you said first that you need to start right away.
Yeah.
If you're starting something new, especially a company, nobody's gonna come and pick you up from bed or pick you up from somewhere. It's only you can do it. So I agree with that. With community, it's when you start doing something, even if you start doing it on your own, it can feel a bit lonely. So if there's some other people you can build it with, that's good. And then if you started it yourself, then you got some friends around you to build it. Then maybe accelerators can help you further expand.
Yeah. So it was so good. Okay, next question. Could you tell us about your passion in your career and private, whatever?
If I look at the Takeoff Tokyo project, I really like Japan, but I also like ambition and ambitious projects. And why do I like Japan? I grew up speaking a lot of different languages.
Really?
Yeah. Some of my family members speak Finnish, some of them speak Swedish, and then we lived in the US when I was small.
Really?
So I learned a lot of languages when I was small, and I felt like a lot of like a calling, or felt very useful doing that, and that's also why I'm building something like this. And ambition. Why do I like that? I mean, like, we live only once, so it's kind of, if we're gonna be here, like, why not make it interesting? I mean, sometimes small is good. Everything big starts small, but yeah, I really like things that I really believe that if you just set your mind to it, you can build something better than anyone else. Yeah, I want to share that kind of mindset through this kind of project. In the future, I hope to be building the best entrepreneurial community through Takeoff Tokyo. I'd like to build I feel like communities are not businesses, so I don't feel like Takeoff Tokyo is going to be a big business for me. However, I feel like it's more like it's Wikipedia or electricity or internet. It's something that I feel like everyone needs it. So I'm building something that everybody needs. And then I'd like to build a different company in the future through that community. Yeah, that's what I want to do in the near future.
So you mean not only Takeoff Tokyo, so using Takeoff Tokyo as a platform or infrastructure or Wikipedia
for anyone who wants to build the world's leading company
Yeah.
in some industry from Tokyo, they will need connections to best talent, best investors, best all kinds of the smartest people in the world should be within reach, and it's something that you can't build access to alone, and you need everybody for that. And I feel that it's something that all companies are going to be needing, and it's easier to get the support of everyone if it's a project that is only for my benefit. Then it's harder to get people involved. So that's why I want to build something that is used for a lot of people. But then I want to use also the platform. I think everyone should use this kind of community to build their future businesses, and I want to be doing that myself as well.
Yeah, I love that. Interesting. Okay, so you are finished and you look so healthy. How do you keep your health?
So like in the last 2-3 months, I've been working quite a lot on this last conference. So it's maybe not the healthiest life for the last 2 months, but yeah, actually yesterday I started, now it's 2-3 weeks after the event, I've finally been able to start regularly exercising, eating a little bit better.
What kind of exercise or sports do you do in general?
All kinds, but yeah, gym, run, swim, or like
You do swim?
a little bit, yeah.
Really? Cool. I am a serious swimmer.
Okay, great.
My dream is to make triathlon team and then attend like just short distance triathlon. Have you ever done?
No, not yet. Maybe someday.
Yeah, I think you can do it. I see. Interesting. Okay, so I come from New York. I was in New York in 5 years. So 5 years, and then of course many Japanese living in the US, we brought some habit from Japan. For example, to keep our healthy, like cooking Japanese food, especially natto. We can buy natto from Asian supermarket. Do you have some Finland style healthy habit or food habit which you brought to here? I'm curious.
Sauna?
Oh!
Yeah, I go to sauna every now and then. I'm gonna go this week as well. I don't go every week. There's actually recently a lot of my friends go even more than me.
Really?
Japanese friends go even more than me.
What?
But I go every now and then, and it's good for your health, I believe.
Do you do meditation in sauna?
Maybe not meditation, but it's kind of it gives a chance to relax and take it a little bit easier. And after sauna, you feel so relaxed that it's easier to see more clearly what you should focus on next.
I see. Cool. So in real Finland sauna, people use like a big leaf and then.
I don't bring myself, but
why not?
I've done it a few times in Japan as well. In Finland, it's common in the summer.
Yeah, this is my dream.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it's easy. It's an easy dream to kind of fulfill. So it's not hard.
I see.
You get some birch leaves, and then you're all set.
Cool. So, by the way, in Tokyo, there is any Finland people community as well?
I heard that there's maybe 500 people from Finland in Tokyo. I have some individual Finnish friends. I usually don't go so much to a community meetup or something like that, but I have some Finnish friends in Tokyo, yeah.
I see.
We go sometimes to sauna.
Thank you. Okay, so last question. Could you please tell us about your dream in private? Do you want to live in here or you want to move to other cities?
So I think I've been now 10 years in Tokyo,
Yes.
and I'm investing a lot of my time and effort into making Tokyo really good through this kind of project. I'm not sure where I'm gonna live in the future, but it's one thing I know, that Tokyo is never gonna leave me, even if I go somewhere. And that's one reason why I'm building this. I feel like, yeah, there's a special place for Tokyo for me, and yeah, I want there to be something here that I can, even if I would live somewhere else, that I could always come back to. And I just completed the last conference, so I don't have like a very detailed plan, like I'm gonna go there now or there now, but yeah, I know that Tokyo will always have a special place and for me.
I see. Thank you. Okay, so lastly, so if you have any side event plan, please share about it, because many people want to attend your side event. Do you have any plans in this year?
Yeah, there's lots of plans. The schedule is not finalized yet. Before starting new events, I've been, for example, getting back on starting eating healthy, starting exercising again, and
Enough sleep.
yeah. So I'm still that thing is still
Recovering.
that still is still continuing. So I don't have like any new side events to announce right now, but I'll be doing many throughout this year as well. So yeah, we'll share about those on social media.
I see. LinkedIn or how
LinkedIn,
people can-
Twitter, and LinkedIn, Twitter,
Instagram.
Facebook, Instagram.
Okay, so if you want to attend Takeoff Tokyo side event, please follow Antti's and Takeoff Tokyo's social media.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we'll share more once I have more information.
Yeah, I'm so excited to help this community and talk with people.
Yeah, thanks so much for being a part and like building all this kind of new contents that you're making with these kind of interviews and podcasts. I think it's really cool.
Of course. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for listening our Creative Tech podcast today. We hope our story to help your career and life. See you soon. Bye bye.